It was Memorial Weekend, 1996. The sun was setting on California Polytechnic State University in San Luis Obispo, and so was the life of a young woman full of dreams. Her name? Kristin Smart. This is the chilling story of how a 19-year-old college freshman vanished after a party, and how it took more than 25 years for justice to catch up. They say the truth always comes to light, but for some cases darkness still reigns. Welcome back to Mystery Files, where we dive deep into chilling unsolved mysteries. Today we explore the story of Kristin Smart, a case that has haunted America for decades. Stay with us as we uncover the facts, theories, and the unanswered questions. Who was Kristin Smart? Kristin was a bright, vibrant freshman studying communications at Cal Poly. She stood 6 feet 1 inch, loved swimming, photography, and traveling, even studied abroad in London. She had a big heart, a loving family back in Stockton, California, and a future full of possibilities. But all of that would come to a sudden, unexplainable stop. On the night of May 24, 1996, Kristin went to an off-campus party. It was Memorial Day weekend. Students were partying, drinking, blowing off steam before finals. At around 2 a.m. on May 25th, Kristin was last seen walking back toward campus with 3 other students. One of them was Paul Flores, a fellow freshman. Paul claimed he walked Kristin as far as his dorm, Santa Lucia Hall, and said she continued walking alone. But here's the twist. Kristin was never seen again. Kristin's friends and family knew something was wrong almost immediately. She didn't show up to her dorm, didn't call home, didn't pick up her belongings, including her purse and clothes. But get this, campus police didn't take it seriously at first. They believed she had probably gone away for the long weekend. Vital time was lost. It wasn't until 3 days later that a formal missing persons report was filed. From day one, Paul Flores stood out. He was the last known person to see Kristin alive. He had a black eye that he couldn't explain. His stories kept changing. Witnesses said he was all over Kristin at the party, and that she seemed uncomfortable. Police suspected him, but there was no body, no physical evidence, and not enough to arrest him. Years passed. Leads went cold. Kristin's parents were devastated, but they never gave up. The Smart family hired private investigators. They pushed the case into the media, appeared on shows like Dateline and 48 Hours. Cadaver dogs searched dorms. Soil was dug up. Tips were followed. Rumors swirled that Kristin had been buried beneath a deck, in a yard, even moved from location to location. Still, nothing. It wasn't until 2020, 24 years later, that the case was finally cracked open. Authorities used ground-penetrating radar and cadaver dogs at Paul Flores' father's home. They found biological evidence consistent with human remains under the deck. Then came the bombshell. In April 2021, Paul Flores was arrested and charged with Kristin Smart's murder. His father, Ruben Flores, was charged with accessory for allegedly helping hide her body. Prosecutors said Paul attempted to rape Kristin and killed her during the assault. The trial began in 2022. Dozens of witnesses testified. Experts revealed trace evidence in Paul's home, including Kristin's biological material on a mattress. In October 2022, the verdict came in. Paul Flores, guilty of murder. Ruben Flores, not guilty of accessory. Paul was sentenced to 25 years in prison, finally bringing some closure to the Smart family after 26 long years. Kristin's body has never been found, but her case changed California law. The Kristin Smart Campus Security Act now requires all public colleges to coordinate with local police on missing persons cases. Her story also sparked global awareness about campus safety, victim advocacy, and the power of relentless persistence. Kristin Smart was more than a missing person. She was a daughter, a sister, a friend, and a reminder that even after decades of silence, the truth can still come to light.